much. I mean, they've given you a list of questions. You're just making sure you go through every one of them. I hope they will give you a bonus, Mr. Carter. What would Dr. King think? You sit here and ask me what Dr. King... How could I possibly know what Dr. King would think? I think, though, that maybe Dr. King would understand that when you have a strong, militant, revolutionary, uncompromising voice out there, that it forces the enemy in a position to say, I'd better deal with Martin Luther King Jr. I certainly don't want to deal with the Black Power crew that's out there.
How do you go? And it's amazing. Is this something that you do with blacks that disagree with you? You have to be a Tom or a boot-licking, buck-dancing person. Where does this come from? I mean, you've made this charge several times to me during this interview. You know absolutely nothing about it.
I call you boot-licking?
No, you haven't. But you said, I hope they give you...
Am I disappointing you, Mr. Carter? And since I'm not saying those things, you're just going to give them to me. Is that what's happening?
No.
They're going to be angry with you when you couldn't get this across. So you're going to give these things to me. I haven't called you that, brother.
You just said...
Not one time.
You said they sent you with a list of questions, and I hope they give you a bonus when you get back to the station.
Well, does your wife hope that they'll give you a bonus?
You don't know anything about me.
Brother, I know that you have a family, and a bonus could help.
It's time for break. Welcome back to Inside City Hall. We now bring you the conclusion of Dominic Carter's interview with Khalid Muhammad, the man behind the Million Youth March.
Minister, we've talked about many topics. Let's now discuss your 7-point plan. And is it realistic? I mean, one of the things that you're talking about is paying African Americans for slavery.
Yes, sir.
Now, President of the United States, how many presidents did it take to apologize for slavery? You have to know that that's not realistic. Reparations, that it won't happen.
Well, sir, the Japanese were paid reparations. The people who are called Jews were paid reparations. Some of our brothers and sisters of the indigenous people who are called by the white man Indians, some of our brothers and sisters were paid reparations. And we can never say that it is unrealistic. It is a goal. It is a platform. It is a just demand against our oppressors and those who indeed owe us to repair the damage. So, because you feel that it is unrealistic is not reason enough that the youth would take it from the 7-point program of action.
Can you answer quickly?
Please allow me to do that. I thank you. Number one, the program of action for the Million Youth March 1999 is to end police murder and brutality and the harassment of our people. Point number two, self-defense of the black community, to build the people's militia as a self-defense unit as the Constitution of white America allows for. Number three, control of the politics and economics in our communities, build independent political, social, and financial institutions in our community. All realistic goals. Number four, build independent schools, black liberation schools, community control schools, alternative schools, where we can train and teach our children a proper knowledge of self and education that will lead to one of our sub-themes of the march is saving our youth, securing our future. Black power into the year 2000 is the main one. Number five, reparations for the descendants of African people enslaved in the United States of America, we have just touched. Number six, free all political prisoners and prisoners of war. And number seven, self-determination for the black nation. 40 million Africans inside the United States are an oppressed and colonized nation, and our struggle, the youth say, and we back them up 100%, and it is our struggle also, is for national liberation.
What type of leader identifies an elected official, a council member,
yes, sir,
and then has his followers, or his followers then follows that individual for several blocks, and the elected official, Bill Perkins, Councilman Perkins, feels threatened?
They gave you the right questions. We never did that. That is why District Attorney Morgenthau could not indict me. That is why no warrant was issued. That is why in all of the clips that were played, initially, Councilman Perkins called for my arrest. But you see me in none of the clips. I didn't tell anyone, go get him, go do this. And all of those who are around him, all of them, just a second, all of them who are around him are his own supporters, and they're the ones jostling him and moving him. Not one of the brothers or sisters, the youth that I watched from across the street, ever touched him. Not one of them ever threatened him, but in the tradition of Harlem, as we always have done in Harlem, they did ask him why this and why that and how come you this and how come you that. I think it was a good exchange. There is no Muslim to fear any violence or physical harm from us, but we are going to send the councilman home come election time so he can watch the activities of Harlem from the television set comfortably at home.
What do you say to those that say you are nothing more than a con man?
I would say that I am gaining, by the grace of God, the confidence of my people, that they see me as not one who will turn heels on them and run or grab the money as the lie goes out when we played video film after video clip in court. And there is no evidence to support that. I think that I have gained, to a great degree, their confidence. And we were in what is called the Latino community, and they shouted in the streets, chanting when we stopped to greet them. I have gained the confidence of our people, and God is increasing that confidence on a daily and consistent basis. But if by that you mean something negative, I have never been that. And it's not in me to be that, sir.
Minister Khalid, Muhammad, thank you very much for joining us on New York One.
Thank you. I hope you get that bonus.